8:20 p.m. Monday, December 11th. Let me see what you guys are talking about. 33.45 priced out, indicative at 33.463. Okay. Which direction was that, Renisha? I'm assuming it was, yeah, okay, it was a long. All right, cool. 33.47 short priced out. All right. All right. Very good. All right, welcome everybody to tonight's session. Who is that, Michael? How do you get into the audio again? I think Michael, he doesn't even have the link for the new room. I don't even think I've seen him in here yet. I will connect with Michael. I had put up a post yesterday asking everyone in the group chat to make sure that you do not share or broadcast the password in the group chat. Just to reiterate that again while we're on the call. If you don't have the password for the room, message myself or Enrico directly for the password. Okay, so I'll communicate with Mike right now. Phil got on. Okay. Very good. Yeah, he definitely does not have the new information. All right, let me hook him up right now. And thank you everyone once again for your patience. You know, this is stuff that we do in the background. I would do this for any one of you. If you had an issue of any type, we're going to make sure that you are taken care of. We will not leave anyone behind. Enrico, that's not the right one.
What I gave him?
You gave him the old one. I got it. Because I'm gonna send it to him directly anyway.
That's good.
Yeah, that's for the old room. All right, he's in there. I see him in there now. Okay, Michael, you made it. You made it, Michael. I just saw you come in. If you can hear me, just type yes in the chat box. If you can hear me. Phil, I see that you made it on. It looks like you can hear also. When I say type in the chat box, I'm talking about the chat box in the room, on the wall, not in the group chat. There's a chat box in the actual room that you just logged into. Type into that. There you go. There you go. Very good. All right, cool. And I'm not sure if Michael responded. He might not be able to hear me. All right, we'll do this. I just saw Shaw made her way on. Hi, Shaw. right, well, Mike, you got to figure it out. And while I'm doing this, we're just looking at the market. There's really nothing going on right this second, so you guys know what it is that we actually waiting for. Someone tell me, what are we waiting for? Yeah, Mike can't hear or see, probably. That's right, James. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. Consolidation. Right, prices slow down. Exactly. What's the association that we like to use now to identify what we're waiting for? Otis is always on it. Traffic. Traffic, that's right. Okay, Michael, can you hear me? Mike is doing the same thing Philip was doing. He's typing in the group chat. Okay, where you're typing, that's the group chat. I want you to go over to the room chat box. In the trade room where you are, there's a chat box there. Type yes in there for me. Tisha said stuck in traffic, eating one chip every 5 minutes. Facts. Oh, okay. Mike has to figure out where it is. It's in the room that you just logged into. How did you log in? Did you log in from the phone or from the computer? Letitia, same thing. Type over in the room, in the room chat box. Computer, then the phone. Enrico was saying to use the telephone icon. I'm assuming that's how you're able to see the chat box. I'm not really. I don't know what it looks like on the computer because I'm looking from the back office end of it, so I don't know what you guys see. But there should be a way for you to type into the chat box wherever that is. I don't know what it looks like. Yeah, it's cool, Letitia. Enrico was saying the chat icon. It's a bubble icon up at the top. Oh, okay. So your dashboard probably looks a little bit like mine. Is it to the right? And then it's next to like heads? Is that what you'll see? Okay. So Michael, at the top, there's icons. There's one looks like a little bubble, like a text bubble. It's to the right of an icon that has like 3 heads on it. 3 head and shoulders. Right next to that, to the right of it. All right, he'll figure it out. We're going to figure it out. All right, looks like we're slowing down a little bit here on the chart. The top just keeps going up and up. I have no idea what that means. I'm not sure what you mean, Michael. So now that we see that the market is slowing down, oh, let me take off this Pike and Ashley. We see that it's slowing down. What is going to be the very first thing that we do by the time we go over to Nadex? Very first thing. Bingo. Yes. Excellent. Letitia and Maurice. Maurice is on it. I think Maurice joined yesterday. Maurice, did you join yesterday? Or today? Today. Wow. That's right. He did join today. That was earlier. Okay. That man, I'm impressed. He obviously was watching the training videos and paying attention. Absorbing. Very good. All right, so I'm just gonna look and just go through the process so that we don't just sit, and just watch this chart indefinitely until we see what we're looking for. We're just gonna go through the rest of the process for the brand newbies that are on the call that have not seen videos yet. Once we come to Nadex, and this is after we're on the price chart, this is the price chart that we start off with. We don't do anything on Nadex until we're here. What we're waiting to see here is for the price to slow down. The analogy that we use for that is we want to be stuck in traffic. Just think about being in traffic. When you're in traffic, you're moving slow or you're not moving at all, one or the other, right? That's what we want when it comes to this price chart. Once we have that, when we go to Nadex, the very first thing that we want to see is that we have less than 3 minutes left on these binaries. These binary options are the options that are available to trade on Nadex during this 5-minute period. So this timer is counting down the amount of time left to be in any one of these strike prices. And each one of these numbers represents a strike price that we're using to get into a trade. So for example, I'm going to pull up this one right here. And the reason that I selected this is because I know that the numbers I'm looking for, if I'm selling, is for the number 17. That number represents the price that I am not willing to pay. Well, I'm not willing to get into the market for less than 17. So as we're looking at that red number that flashes here, if we're selling, we don't want to spend, or we don't want to enter the market for a price less than 17, meaning that we're going to earn no less than 17 when we sell. No less than 17. Okay? And I'm just taking you, again, through the process. We're going to look at another example here momentarily. And I'm going to repeat myself. I'm going to be very repetitive because this is how you're going to learn, is through the repetition. So we come on and we do training every day, but every day we're saying the exact same thing. So it's intentional. Like, I'm not just doing it just because. This is how you're going to learn. Traffic. We want to be stuck in traffic. You see how right now the price is not moving around a lot? Price is kind of just sitting there. That is what we want to see. We do not want to see spikes. We don't want to see these long wicks on the candle. We don't want to see any of that, because that represents erratic movement in the market. And we do not want erratic movement in the market. We want consolidation. So consolidation is represented on this price chart as slowing down. So just associate what you see here with slow. You don't want to see this white line jumping back and forth, up and down. You want to see the white line barely moving or not moving at all. That's what you want to see. So once you see that, when you come over to Nadex, which is the next part of the process, the very first thing that you want to see over here is that on your timer, there is 3 minutes or less. Once you have that, then you proceed with the next part of the process, which I'm going to take you to once we get under 3 minutes here. All right, so we got another 4 seconds. So boom, now we're under 3 minutes. Now we're going to go to the next part of the process. And this is what we do. When I look at this chart, I'm seeing that the market is already in a down position, okay? It's already lower, as shown to me by this red candle. It's already in a low or in a downward position. Now again, I don't want it moving around a lot. It's here, fine. This line, my preference is for this line not to move. So this is what we're going to do. When we come to Nadex, this white line, this price, is represented on Nadex as this indicative price. You see this right here? That says indicative. This indicative price is the same thing as this white line. It's the equivalent. Even though the numbers are slightly off, we don't have to get into that yet. But just know that that indicative price is represented by this line when you're looking at the price chart. So now, you see how we got 1 minute and about 50 seconds left? When I look here, I know that I'm selling. So I'm going to look on the bid side where the numbers are red. I'm going to pull this up. This number right here, it's in the 20s, 23. The threshold number is 17. Remember, I mentioned that a moment ago. 17 means we're not going to pay, or we're not going to get into this trade for less than 17. So it's at 22. If I want to take it now, I could take it now. So I'm going to take it now. I'm going to take it now. I'll take that. And now what I'm looking at is the indicative price. You see this number? I'm going to keep looking at that number. It's at 33422. Now it's at 3342. So it's actually inching down. That's what we want to see. We want to see it either inching down, or we want to see it stuck, not moving at all. That's what we want to see. So as we're looking at this number, we're just going to keep watching this number. And the fact that it's not moving around a lot is exactly the condition in the market that we want. It's called consolidation. It's being stuck in traffic. Look, this is like sitting in the car and moving at 5 miles an hour. You're not going anywhere. And the reason that we want that is because the way that we win with these binary options is when this price stays in the position that it was in when we were here on the chart. When we were over here on the chart. It was in that position. Remember that white line was stuck right there? When we came here, price was at 422. That's where it still is. Going back and forth, 422, 421, 42, 421, 422. Winner. Now, we just won that trade simply because the market remained below 33.43. But the reason behind why we were able to take advantage of that is because we're identifying a moment of consolidation on this chart. We know what the market looks like when it slows down. And we're waiting for that condition in the market. Because that condition in the market, all it has to do is remain there for the duration of us being in the binary option trade. So you see how when I entered the trade, it was about a minute and change left on the option. So we literally sat there for a minute and change and just watched the price remain where it was. We didn't predict that it had to go down. It didn't have to do anything. All it had to do was stay where it was, which is exactly what it did. And the reason that we are consistently profitable is because we can consistently identify moments in the market where that condition will exist. Moments of consolidation. Just look at it. Look at the line. Is it moving around a lot? No. That's what we want. Traffic. We want to be sitting in traffic. We don't want to be speeding. We don't want to be joyriding. We don't want back and forth, moving forward, moving backwards. We don't want any of that. We want to be stuck in traffic, just like this. And every time that we're stuck in traffic, you can look at the candles and you can see where the positioning of the market is. These are red candles. When you go to Nadex, we know we're waiting for this time it'll be under 3 minutes. We're there already. So now when we pull this up, we know that the next part of the process is pricing. What's our pricing? 17. As long as this stays above 17, this gives us time to look at this right here. Just focus your attention on this indicative price right here. 33.421. And actually right now the market is priced out. So, and that's fine. That means that the price moved down. And if we miss the trade, it is what it is. That's fine. Now, the market right now is priced out, meaning you see how it's below 17? You can't take it now. You do not take it now. Even though you got all of this time left, 2 minutes and change, even if the price comes back up above 17, you do not take the trade. Let me repeat it. If the price comes back up above 17, your threshold, you do not take the trade, period. Okay? So that means that we can close this out, wrap it up, we're done looking at this because we're not going to trade here. Now, the only other thing that could potentially happen is that the price could come down maybe to this strike, and then we might be able to identify a trade on that strike, but you would have to watch. So we're going to look at this. You see right now the price is sitting right there at that strike price. So let's just watch and see if it goes below. You're going to just look at it. We're going to just watch. Now, mind you, I haven't gone back to the price chart yet because right now we're using the indicative, which is the equivalent of that white line on the chart. So we're looking at this. So nothing went on, no trade, no nothing. Cool. So boom, we come back over to price and we start the process over again. Now, where does the process start?
Hey, Mark.
Go ahead.
right before you go through the process again, I want just everyone that's on the call, make sure that you get this recording. Make sure you watch it again. This is one of those times where a portion of this was explained so well that it's worth how much you pay monthly for about 5 years. That's how much profit that you can make just by knowing this information that Mark just set forth right there. All right? I just want to put that out there so you make sure that if you're new, especially, make sure you watch this again and tune into that part. You go ahead, continue, Mark. I know you're looking at this possible consolidation going that could be going on.
Yeah, I'm actually waiting for them. I'm waiting for some students to tell me right now what we're doing. What are we waiting for right now? What are we waiting for? Yep. What's another name for consolidation? Yes, Shaw's on it. Gerald's really on it. He said slow traffic. Gerald's like, listen, we want the parking lot pimping. Parking lot. Ah. Letitia, are you in traffic? She says she's driving right now, literally in the car.
Another important note while it's actually moving like this, for any traders out there that are advanced or consider themselves advanced or have experience with the forex market and so forth. A lot of times that knowledge that you bring with you it's going to be a hindrance. There's no way to just wipe it out your head. No, of course not. And it's going to be of use to you further down your trading with the binaries. But it's going to be, I understand that it's going to be difficult for you to unlearn some of that theory and what we do with these binaries. So it's just something you got to work with. I still work with those same things. You could have so much knowledge with trading and so many different ways that you can do things that you can get even lost yourself. In my trading, I was just talking to Mark. We were just having a discussion about this, of how your perception and emotions can play a big part of trades that you get into. And that's very important. If you find yourself keep getting in the wrong type of trade, even though you're doing parameters, then you have to look at something that's going on with you psychologically for a minute. And once again, that for a lot of new traders, you might miss that, but it's an important point in picking the right trades, because you're only doing at most 2 trades a day,
right?
At most, right? So of all those, hundreds of trades that come through in a daily period, if you keep picking the wrong type of trade, your perception-wise, you're missing something and not seeing something. So for anyone that's out there struggling and you feel like you're actually doing the parameters, actually let me know. Like, talk about it. Bring it up in the chat box, in the comments, and talk about it, because it might be something that you need to work through. And this is what all these group sessions and the sessions are all about, working through any impediments that might stop you from seeing the market correctly.
Right. That's right. Look like we in a little bit of traffic right now.
Mm-hmm. Might be.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point you have made about the transition from one strike to the next also.
Right.
We don't really, I don't think we even touched on that on any time period. Like, we really didn't talk about that too much.
Right. And that, I mean, that's kind of, it's kind of like advanced level, because just dealing with one strike at a time, that is the ability for you to do that alone. If you're doing that, you're doing it right. So you don't really have to skip into anything more than that. Even though I brought that up, I just was really using that just for purposes of the example as we were watching. But you don't even got to do all that. Just being able to focus on one at a time, you'll be fine. Michael, the parameters are, we go over them in every training session. So when you go back and watch the replays, you will visually see the parameters and hear them. Like, it's not a written document. It's something that we go through live, and we record the calls. So as you watch them, it'll be just reiterate, like it's the same thing every time. So you're not going to be able to miss it. Another thing also is, when we make reference to parameters, like I know that you hear Enrico say that often, he's really referring to the parameters that you set for yourself based on your comfort level. Because everyone is not going to be comfortable with the same amount of time left on the binary, or with the amount of micro pips away from the strike on the indicative when you're looking to enter a trade. These very specific things have to be ironed out by you, for you, because you have to be comfortable with the way that you're seeing the market, and you're identifying an opportunity to enter the market using the binaries. So what I might be using, or what Enrico might be using, could be different, but the process is the exact same. Isaiah is using different parameters than me, for example. Otis is using different parameters than Isaiah, and so on and so forth. So each individual based on what you're seeing as far as what the process is, you'll determine what your own level of comfort is, and then that's going to determine what your specific parameters are for the remaining parts of the process. But we know the primary parts of the process are simple. You want to be in traffic, so that's consolidation, right? Once you identify that, you know what the next steps are. You come to Nadex, under 3 minutes, boom, you come over here, look at your pricing. You know what to look for when it comes to pricing. 83 and 17, those are the numbers that we use. Again, you don't have to use those numbers, but I recommend that you do, just because it works. So until you find something else on your own, just stick to what we're telling you. Because we're telling you things for a reason. It's based on knowledge and experience that we have in the market. So those parameters are solid. Other things, like how many micro pips your indicative needs to be in order for you to validate your entry, that's on you. Because I don't know what it is. There have been times when I might take a trade and there only might be 3 or 4 micro pips underneath the strike. And I get in the trade. And you see me do it. So you might be thinking, well, Mark won, so that's what I'm going to use. But I could have done that specifically at that time for whatever my reasons were based on what I was seeing in the market. If I'm sitting here watching the chart all day until I get into my trades, that's based on my perception of seeing the market, you see? So you need the screen time. You need to train. You need a lot of practice in front of the screen looking and applying the process each time to iron out the specific parameters that you want to end up using for yourself. We give you a guide to start with, and then you narrow it down to what you're comfortable with. If 3 micro pips is not enough for you, use 5 or 6. Isaiah's using 6. If 6 is not enough, use 8. And what will happen is, the higher that you go, in other words, the further away that the price, the indicative price is away from your strike, you're increasing the probability of winning on the trade. So what that means is you're reducing the number of trades that you'll get into, because when the market is moving slow, those conditions may not give you that many micro pips away from the strike on Nadex. So you got to wait until it does. Then when it does, then you strike. So, you know, things like that. Just the fact that I know that is because of my experience. The amount of time that I've spent watching to know that, well, if you do that, the higher that you go or the further away that you go from your strike, the better the trade is, but that means that you're going to get fewer of those trades. So that means that you have to wait longer, which means that you have to have more what? Patience. So, you know, everything that we talk about is real. It ties into exactly what it is that we're doing each and every time. We don't deviate from the process. We're doing the same thing repeatedly. You know, like just like this right here. I'll pull up this ticket and I'll look at this. I'll watch this. Now you see how it's only 2 micro pips above the strike? I just pull it up and look at it. Now it jumped up to 5 micro pips above. And you're pretty much priced out. The fact that it moved that fast, when it moves that fast, it keeps you out. Because remember, we don't want fast moving price. What do we want? We want slow, gradual. Sometimes we don't want it to move at all, depending on where the positioning is of the price in relation to the strike. So if it's moving around, if it's jumping around and it's popping and it's doing all kinds of extra stuff, we stay out. Yep, we stay out.
what we're always doing is actually filtering out trades. We're finding reasons not to trade.
Not to trade.
You want to continually look for reasons not to take your trade.
Yes.
All right.
Until you run out of them.
When you run out of reasons not to take the trade, then that's the trade that you want to take.
Exactly.
And that's important that you keep that discipline and
Yes.
don't let anything pressure you into taking the trade.
Right.
There's a level of mental pressure that you're going to experience while you're watching the market. And you're going to have to be able to deal with it and not be able to act. Only watch the market and be able to see what you're looking for. That's the big thing about this, that there's no patterns in this. We're not teaching you a pattern. Because those patterns, they disappear after a while. Or they become, old. They're not useful. They become less profitable.
Obsolete.
It just happens to a pattern. So you can't win throughout your career with a pattern. You have to actually learn a set framework that you have put together that you actually sit in the market and just wait for.
Exactly.
You see, that's the big thing. Everyone is trying to put different strategies together to kind of like throw at the market. The market is going to take that. The market wants all your strategies, but it's going to give you what you actually stand firm on and just sit there and wait for.
Yep.
And if there's any big secret to any of this, that's what it actually is. That everything that you're looking for in the market will happen if you allow it to happen and be patient and wait for it to happen. It'll happen over and over and over again.
Right. Michael, we have there's a playlist that we have with all of the videos from the pre-recorded trainings that you'll be able to review. I'll message it to you. Now, as we're watching this is a potential trade for you to take. And I'm saying that, I mean, like the price is sitting there now. It's kind of bobbing around a little bit. But this right here, that's a trade you could take right there. And again, my rule is if it prices you out, you don't take it. If it prices you out and it bounces back up and all of that, you don't take the trade. But just assuming that you took it when you first saw it, I believe that there was about 1 minute and 20 seconds on the timer left, and this indicative price was at 33.62. So that was about 8 pips below the strike. So assuming that you took that, you can see what the price is doing. It's actually just pushing down in your favor. This is what it looks like on the chart. So the candle that you would be in on, it would have been actually this one. So if you would have taken that, that would have been a nice follow through with the price action in your direction. And again, all of the conditions were there. You had consolidation. The price began to move and settle below the strike, and you had an opportunity to take the trade. So again, as you're watching the behavior of the market and the way that the price is moving, that'll give you the confidence to trade at the time that you're watching. Because if I see anything that looks funny or off, I'll just skip the trade and wait for a better trade to come. But what happens is when the conditions are there in the market, like right now, you see how the market is moving, and then when it stops moving, it consolidates into areas like this. And each one of these areas is going to potentially give you a trade. So you just wait. You wait, and until everything lines up the way that you want it to for yourself, don't do anything. Just wait. Just chill out and relax. Because the trade is going to come. Like Enrico was saying a moment ago, we're going to eliminate all of the reasons not to trade, and then the trade is there. But we don't have to look for reasons to trade. We do everything in reverse. Instead of looking for a reason to trade, we're looking for reasons not to. Once all the reasons not to are gone, there'll be a trade staring you right in your face. Yes, James. I just marked the strike price off over on MT4 when I draw that line. Shaw, what do you mean that your numbers are off when you try to subtract for the micro pips? You're welcome, James. The micro pips are the digit on the very end, the far right is your micro pips. I'm actually not sure what you mean by what you said. You said that your numbers are way off. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. All right, you mean 3 or 4 pips away from the strike? 3 or 4 micro pips away from the strike? Is that what you're asking? How do you do the math? Oh, all right. You just look at the strike. Look at the strike that you select. Let's actually do one now. All right, even though market moving crazy right now, we'll still look at one. All right, so let's look at this one. Okay, now you see the strike price? The strike price is 33.35. If I say 5 micro pips away, and this is a short that I'm looking to take, that means that the price over here has to be 33.34.5. You see, like right now, look, right now, 33.34.5. That's 5 micro pips underneath 33.35. That's 5 micro pips underneath right there. You understand how I did that? Like, just look at you see it's 4 pips, 3, so now it's 7 away. At 42, it's going to be 8 away. 41 is going to be 9 away. At 40, it's 10 micro pips away from 35. Because 35, if you add a 0 after the 5, it's 50. Right? So if you're subtracting 5, what's 50 minus 5? It's 45. That's how we get 33.345. Because we're looking at the last 2 digits in that instance. but I had to add a 0 to 33.35 in order to do the math. So whatever the strike price is, you add a 0 to the end, and then do your math with the last 2 digits. So if it's 33.35, that's going to be 33.350 or 350, however you want to say it. But anyway, it's going to be 50, and if it's 5 micropips away, then your indicative would be 33.345 because it's 45. 50 minus 5 is 45. 50 minus 8 is 42. 50 minus 9 is 41, so on and so forth. So that's how you deduct the number of micropips away, by just adding a 0 on to whatever the strike price is. So did that answer your question? Yeah, what you have there is right. Cause all right, you're writing 350. I mean, if that's how you want to write it, that's okay. But it's still 350 minus 5. So 350 minus 5 would be 345. So I wouldn't do it like that. I would use the last 2 digits. So whatever the strike is, you add a 0 to it to make it 2 digits. So let's say that we're looking at, and let me look at one that's actually relevant. All right, let's say we're looking at this one, the 37. We add a 0 to the 7, and we want 5 micropips underneath that. What's 70 minus 5? What would be 70 minus 5? Exactly, 65. So 65 is what you would want to see here. You see how right now it's at 60 because it's 6. So you add the 0 there because it's not displaying on the indicative. Now it's at 5.8. You see? So 5.8 is what? That would be 12 pips or 12 micropips underneath 70. Now it's 15 micropips underneath 70. You see that? It's at 35.5 or 55. 70 minus 15 is 55. So that's how you do the math in your head. You add a 0 to the strike, and then you deduct your micropips. And that's how you figure out where your indicative is supposed to be. So if you're using, or let me ask you this: how many micropips do you use in your parameters? Where the indicative rather has to be away from the strike. How many micropips are you giving it? That question is for you, Shaw. Okay.
Did Isaiah trade today?
Isaiah, did you trade today? Char, check your messenger. I just sent you a message in your inbox. Renisha says she took the last trade.
She traded today?
Yeah, I know that she traded earlier too, actually. I believe I saw Renisha in the group chat. Right, Renisha? You said did you go 1-0 earlier?
Hey, Mark, yes, I went 1-0 earlier today.
What time?
Oh, very good, very good.
What time you was on?
I think it was like 1:30.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, 1:25, 1:30, and then I went to lunch.
That's what I'm talking about.
How do you feel about the market today?
Not many opportunities from what I could see, but I'm so patient. I'll wait it out. It's worth it.
Right. And you know it's gonna come.
Very good. Very good.
You know it's gonna come.
Yeah, I felt the same way.
Okay, cool. This trade I just took, it was strike price was 1.3335, and it expired at 1.33363. That's nice.
That's nice. That was a long. That was this, right? This up move
Yes.
right here?
Yes.
Go ahead, girl. She moving while I'm over here talking. I'm over here running my mouth.
I've learned it from the best.
She in the
I
cut
like her.
just sniping the
I like
market
the
real
way
quick.
She's very unemotional about it too.
Yes.
Very
Just
unemotional
stoic.
about it.
Just stoic. Very good.
Yes.
Business. This is business.
Go ahead, girl. I ain't mad. I'm not mad.
Salute to you, Anita. Yes.
All you new people out there, just keep watching. A light bulb's gonna go off. You're gonna be like, "Oh my goodness,
Yes.
this is money in the bank."
Money in the bank. Excellent.
Thank you, Renisha. I appreciate it. Thank you very
My
much.
pleasure.
Definitely.
My pleasure.
She talked about that light bulb going off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And we always say that, you know, you keep on it, and that's what's going to happen. Like all of a sudden, you're going to be like, oh, okay, this is what they was talking about.
This is what they was talking about. Yep.
Okay. All right. And then you're going to just feel just so much more confident in what you're doing. And a lot of this is based on that. You have, you have no idea how much this is based on your mindset also. Because
100%.
you have to be able to, your mindset has to be right for you to pick trades that are high probability trades.
Right.
You know, it's a thought, it's a thinking pattern to be able to do that. Yeah, Renisha, thank you, appreciate it. Yes, thank you.
Yep. We're gonna look at this one, Letitia. Oh, I'm late. That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
She pointed this out though. She told me to look at the chart.
I'm sorry. That was my bad for talking.
No, it's all right. I'm doing stuff in the background too. Mm-hmm.
But I'd really be happy when people say the light bulb went off and they catch it.
Yes.
Because I know it's going to happen to so many more people.
Yes, it's gonna happen to everybody. Everybody that sticks with the training and just keeps applying the process. You know, and even if you're new or if you've been here for a while and you don't have it the way that you want to have it, don't even worry about it because we're going to just keep going until you get it. Like, we don't got nothing else to do other than trade. What else are we going to do?
Hey, Mark.
Hey, that Shaw?
No, this is
Who's this?
Shatia,
Cynthia?
your friend. Your
Oh,
friend.
oh, Miss. Okay, how you doing?
I'm good. How y'all feeling?
Oh, we wonderful.
Hey, Mark and Rico. You know
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
the light bulb went off for me? Remember that night we were on and Tim needed some help?
Yep.
And Tim was biased to taking shorts?
Yep.
And you and Rico talked to
Mm-hmm.
him and let him talk through the process and the light went off for him?
Yes.
It clicked with me that night. That's when it came together for me. You said one thing that night, and I wrote it down in my notebook. You said, watch the market. The market's going to tell you the direction to trade. And
Right.
from that night on, it just clicked. It all just came together. So once you listen, every night that I attend a training, I get a different gold nugget, and I jot it down in my book. I pick up something different and beneficial every training. So, like
Yes.
the young lady just said, continue to listen and come to the trainings. It's going to click.
Yes.
But
That is
Thank
so
you.
beautiful.
Thank
Yes, that is
Mark
wonderful.
and
You
Rico,
have no idea how great that is to hear.
that's right, but I give props to Mark and Enrico because they keep it 100 with their training styles and their training methods. And the patience that you guys have, you're not going to find a lot of that. You're not going to find a lot of that. And most people you go to, they want to give you pre-recorded videos for you to study.
Right.
You know, not this live training and the amount of time that you guys give up. So I applaud you and Enrico, and I appreciate you guys.
Oh, thank you so much, Otis.
Thank you.
I'm going to go ahead and mute out.
Thank you so much.
Get back to the new people, all right?
Yeah. Go mute yourself before you make us cry.
Next time do that. All right, fellas.
Yeah, thank you, Otis. All right.
No worries. All right.
That you guys don't know how, like, every time we hear that, how that like motivates us to actually keep going. Because sometimes I believe like that we're not giving you enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like that. I'm like, well, are they really catching what we're doing? Are they really understanding it? Is there some other way we're supposed to be doing it?
Right.
And then when we hear you guys say things like that, and that people actually do get it, and it's making a difference for them, man, we rocking.
Yes,
we
indeed.
rocking. We right on schedule then, because we say we want 1,000 retail traders, an army of retail traders.
Right, literally.
That's literally our what our goal is. That's literally what our goal is. And we feel it's very important. We feel it's important, and we feel it's time. Yep. So thank you very much. We definitely appreciate it. And the great crazy thing about this is that we know that this is going to keep going, and we're going to keep creating traders that are winning. And the great thing about it is that from these traders that we're creating, they're going to be the next ones that are going to be showing their screens, and they're going to be doing this training. They're going to be leading all this, so we can continue to grow.
Yep.
So it's going to be an amazing experience, and we're just going to trade and continue to do what we do best.
That's it.
Take winning trades.
James, what's your question?
Yeah, I had a question about, like, say if when it comes down to like a minute left, like on the last candle, and the market is going in your way of your, say, but I say like your bias that you're leaning toward. Before it gets to your price, can you just mark? Would it be favorable to mark your price in, like instead of waiting to press your price when you see it manually? Would it be fine to just put the price in if if it's on your way in your direction?
No, because if you do that, you're gonna get instantly executed into the trade. So unless you're actually ready to enter the market, if you do that, it's not gonna sit there as a working order. The only time that your order will be a limit working order is if the price has exceeded what you want to get in at. So so let's say for example that you want to enter at 80,
Right.
and you see that the price is at 70. You're saying, well, can you just put the price in at 80, and that way when it goes up to 80, you get in? That's what you're asking, right?
Yeah.
Okay, no, because on the Nadex platform, if you do that, they will instantly execute the order because the price has not reached 80 yet.
Okay.
So it's not like in Forex. I know in Forex you can use stop buy orders and stuff like that. You know, where it's like you can put the order in, and when it hits it, then it will put you in the market. We can't do that on the Nadex platform. On Nadex, the only way that you can put on a working order if the price has already exceeded what you want to enter at. So.
Okay. Now I understand. Yeah.
You understand, right? Okay.
All right.
Very good.
Yeah. If you do it how you're thinking about it now, you're going to get in too early.
Right.
In the trade.
It's like you're going to enter at whatever's the best available price on the platform at that time, at that moment.
Okay.
That's a good question, though. Very good question.
Did Isaiah ever come on?
He's in here. I saw him in here. Oh, Sir was okay. That's the question that he had asked. Seb was asking, is trading during lunchtime better? I would say trading during lunchtime is an excellent time to be on the charts because the market is calmer. When people are at lunch, big institutional traders and the bankers, when they take their lunch break, the market is moving less erratic. So the answer is yes. That is definitely a better time. A better time to trade. That's one of the recommended windows of time that we give you to trade in.
Oh yeah, and just in case, always got to say it. December all the way up to New Year's, you will find erratic movement in the market. So if you're trading, you have to be extra careful.
Yes.
Yep. You'll find movements in the market that will happen without any economic justification for it.
Right.
Anytime you get into the market and you see a series of candles with wicks on either end of it, most likely that's a good time not to be trading.
Right.
You don't want to see wicks on the candlesticks. If you see wicks on the candlesticks, think of them like spiders. You don't like, most of you probably don't like spiders. Little hairy little spiders. Stay away from them.
Letitia, you have a pen and paper right now? I'm gonna just go through it on the recording, and then just watch the recording to get it, because I'm not gonna remember. I'll be honest with you. I have to do so much stuff. I will not remember. But the components that you want to include in that are, you know, the regular things that we include in the process. So, how much time was left on the binary when you were ready to enter, and what was the price of the option when you decided to enter? Both of those numbers. How much time was left, how much time remained, and what was the actual price when you said, all right, I'm ready to go in, you know, relative to the threshold. Also, where was the indicative price? How many micropips above or below the strike price was the indicative price at the time that you decided to go in? And that's pretty much it. So that's what? That's 4 pieces, right? How much time, what your actual entry price was, how many pips, micropips above or below the strike price, and also whatever the strike price was. And that should do it. Oh, you're welcome, Letitia.
Hello?
Hey, who's that, Shar?
Yes.
How you doing? You all right, girl?
Yeah.
Jeez. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I had to pray real quick.
Yeah, 'cause like the other day, it was like 6:30 in the morning. My son, he asked what it was. I just told him fireworks, and I was like, I
Right.
hope you catch on that I'm lying.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go through whatever you want to go through. Like you
Okay.
just tell me what you need help with, and then we'll look at it.
I think I caught on to like the indicative the micro pips, like that one said 90 something that you was just on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I tried to actually get
3390.
in that just now.
So I'm
I
supposed to
tried to get
add
in
it.
there just now. So yeah,
Yeah.
just now when you saw it was at 39.9, I think. Is that what you saw? You saw
Well, I'm up here
399?
at the top on the left hand side looking.
Oh, you looking at the strike?
Right, I'm looking at the strike. You said I'm supposed to add a 0 behind there, right?
Right. And
Yeah.
in your mind, you add that 0, and then when you look over here, you're gonna be either adding or subtracting. So we would be looking to go long here, so we would want to add. So if this is 390 and this over here is 401, that's 11, right?
Yeah.
So that means it's 11 micropips above the strike.
So I'm supposed to subtract 90 from 41.
You're going to subtract 390 from 401.
Oh, 390 from 401. Okay.
Right.
Okay. 390 from 401. 390.
But I understand what you were actually saying just now. So you would be subtracting 90 from 401.
So that'll leave me 11 micropips, right?
Right, 11 micropips.
Okay.
Exactly.
Even though it say minus on this calculator.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's just because you're doing it in reverse, but that's fine. That's fine. Because you just want to know what the micropip number is. So the micropip number is going to be the same whether it has a minus sign or not.
Okay.
But this way you know how to do the math.
Okay, I see. I did how I did it. What is okay.
So we're going to look at another one. We're going to wait for this one to set up, and then we're going to look at another one, and then I'll let you do the math on that.
Okay.
All right.
There go 117 in the bed.
Mm-hmm.
It's still. Holiday.
So looking at your time, how much time you got left on the binary right now?
Too much time because it's 3:20.
Good answer.
So I was looking for price way too early.
And that's okay.
Now I can start looking for.
There you go. So we're gonna go back to the chart, and now we're looking at the chart, and you see we got a little blue candle here, and there's no color here yet because the price is not really moving.
Right.
But I would just look at the fact that you have a blue candle here, and let's just see what strike is in the money going up.
Okay.
So we come over here.
Look for offer.
Right, and we already priced out on the one that is in the money, and I mean that's fine.
Okay.
So do the math for me real quick on this, on your strike. How many micropips above is it?
390. Subtract 1 11.
There you go. You got it.
Okay.
It's at 395 now. How many micropips is that?
395. 395. Subtract 390. 5.
You got it.
Okay. All right.
You straight. All right, let's take a look at this. How much time was on there, Letitia, just now when you saw that? How much time did you have on the option? $3 minutes. Oh wow. Okay, that was early. Yeah, that was long gone. All right. So, Sharp, was there anything else that you wanted to go through that you wanted any more clarity on as far as the process? Because I think that you got it.
I don't think that I need nothing else right now. I just need to start getting on demo and actually trying.
Right, and practicing with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I do? When I do the bid and I go onto the chart, when I do a bid, I'm supposed to put the micropip below, right? Like one below, like if it say 339, if it say 39, I'm supposed to put it like at
338. You talking about when you come over here to MT4?
Right, when we put a pip below or above, like.
Right. So if we looking at the 3-9 strike as an example, and let's say you want to draw a line out. You want to draw the 3-9 at what?
3-9. 3339. Am I gonna put 0 there?
No. This on this one, it's gonna be a pip. So you're gonna just look at the 9 and go 1 underneath that.
So it's
to
gonna
8.
be 33938.
Yes.
Okay.
So your 3339 is gonna be 3338 on MetaTrader. And that's where this line is right now. I just drew it. So now this represents the 3-9 strike on Nadex. Even though it's 3-8 on MT4, it's the equivalent of 3-9 on Nadex.
Hold on. I missed something right there. Okay. You said when you said okay. Where it say okay, it say 380 right there.
Where you looking? Over here? You looking over here?
No, I'm not even.
Or what you looking at?
I don't know now since you pointing over there.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me what you was looking at. You was looking at this box over here where I got the mouse at right now, this white?
I guess I was looking on NASDAQ. I'm just trying to figure what the number is I could put lower. You said we'll put 1 lower over here on this chart. So when I get ready to put that number in, I'm supposed to find a number over there on NASDAQ, right?
On Nadex.
Nadex.
I don't want to confuse you. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me rethink how to explain this part of it.
Because when I'm going up, I'm supposed to put 1 lower too, right?
The only time that you're going to use that 1 lower is when you're on MT4, on the price chart.
Right, for up and down, right?
For up and down, right. Right, you got it.
So give me a number that I could, like, do 2 of them with.
So do 3337.
3337 would be 3336.
Very good.
Okay.
And what would 33
up or down?
Well, it depends on what you're looking at.
Okay.
Right now, we're just talking about the strike right now, not even talking about direction.
Okay.
So if you're looking at a 3343 strike, where would you place the line at on MT4?
So it'd be 342.
Right.
Okay then. Okay.
You got it. Where would the 3341 be?
3441. It'd be 340.
There you go.
Okay. Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
And that's just strike price. That's strike price, and that's us drawing the strike price on MT4. So we know where to draw it.
From that number, right?
From that number. It's always going to be 1 pip underneath. So if we're looking at a strike price of 3339, when we come to MetaTrader, where we going to draw it at?
Right here in that pink box.
What number?
3335, 3334.
No. We looking at 3339.
333.
What's that? Yeah, what is 3? Go ahead.
338.
There you go.
Okay.
So we just, that's my values in the box. So when I draw that out, that's at 3339 on Nadex. And I'm looking at it from the price chart on MT4.
And it's going to automatically move that box like it did. Okay.
Right, when you type it in, exactly.
Okay.
All right. So you clear on that now. You clear on your math and you clear on your strikes.
Yes.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
You sure?
For right now.
He's like, until I get some more, yeah, that's all I got for you right now.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. All right, cool. Thank you, Shaw, for coming on. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right. You don't drink half the eggnog already. Jeez. You're not sleeping with me. You will not be sleeping next to me tonight. Because you drank a half a gallon of eggnog. So James, MT4 is a free download. Yeah, Juji in here drinking all the eggnog, man.
Mom gonna have more.
She doesn't know she's lactose intolerant though.
Oh, she don't know that part about herself.
Nah, she doesn't understand that.
She doesn't care either.
She doesn't care. No, she's free.
Hey, Mark.
Tell him after the training, I'll send it to him.
Yeah, I was about to tell him. I told him that, like.
Matter of fact, let me just send it to him.
Exactly. Tell Michael, we're not going nowhere. We're going to be here.
Right.
We'll be here.
We will be here, Mike. We got you.
God willing.
Mm-hmm.
We will be here. You directed the message, sending those to him?
Yeah.
Or you put it in the chat?
No, I'm not putting it in the chat.
Send them to Chidubin too also.
Who?
Chidubin. I hope I'm saying his name right.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Okay. Did he make it to the call?
I don't know. I know he's on the chat. I'm just looking in the chat.
I see him.
I mean, I'm looking on Facebook Messenger,
Yeah.
I guess.
You're talking about Oakham.
Talking about what?
Oakham. His last name is Oakham.
Yes.
Okay, I got him.
Yes. Which John did you was you on with?
Johnny?
Yeah.
When?
Today.
I have no idea. I don't know.
Which Johnny was that?
On the call, or you talking about just talking to him?
Yeah, on the call.
I don't remember being on a call with Johnny today.
He just asked something, didn't he? Didn't he just ask a question just recently?
I don't see it. No, not in the chat.
Not in the chat. He verbally was on the call, wasn't he?
Not tonight.
Am I making that up?
Nah, I think you're talking about yesterday.
Am I really?
Yeah, man. Come on. You need a nap. You need a nap.
Hey, nah.
It's past your bedtime, man.
Everything is just one big day. I mean.
Yeah, man. That was yesterday's training. Because there were two Johnnies on. That's what you're talking about, right? Remember I bought the first one on and it was the wrong Johnny?
I don't even want to talk about it anymore, really. I don't even want to talk about it.
That is hilarious.
Forget that I even said anything about it. Did you answer Philip's question about Thinkorswim or MT4?
Oh, I didn't even see that.
I haven't looked at MT4, but if they got 1 minute charts and 5 minute charts, I mean Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim has 5 minute charts. 1 minute charts, so they should be fine. If you rather get MT4, you can get MT4, but Thinkorswim should be fine. I believe someone else uses Thinkorswim also.
Yeah, I mean any of them are fine. Whatever you're comfortable with.
Whatever charting system you like to use.
Go for it. Oh man, I just looked back at the charts. Anybody catch this right here? I'm priced out of it, but it looked like it was there. Mm-hmm. Michael, if you can hear me, I just sent that to you on Messenger. You should have it in there. Tonight's will be in there by the morning, but all the other ones are in there. All right, very good.
Mark, can you hear me?
Yes, who's this?
It's Tawana. How you doing?
Oh, I'm good. How you doing, Tawana?
Yeah, I know I said I wasn't going to call in, but I wanted to say something. The one where there's the small candle, then there's a doji, then there's a large red candle there. Just two
Right
trades
there.
before. Yeah, that one. I
Okay.
did a trade earlier, and it's so important to make sure you set your parameters and stay with what you set. So remember I said I would only take a trade at 40 seconds or
Right.
below?
Right.
Well, today I decided to, okay, I'm going to change this a little bit. So everything was within my price, but I had like a minute and 20 seconds left. And I've never really did a minute and 20 seconds that long. And it was just the last 4 seconds that a big red candle came and took me out. So it's very important to wait. If I had waited that 40 seconds like I normally do, I would have never, I would have never got into it.
Right.
So, so patience is a big thing.
Right. And the importance of sticking to what it is that you're doing.
Yeah. And I had the micro pips and everything. I had like 8 micro pips, but at the last minute, it just, I mean, if I had waited, I would have had those micro pips though. So that, at least not that many. It would have been under my, 5. I like to have 5 to 6 micro pips. It would have been under there. So I would have never taken a trade if I had showed some patience.
Right.
So I just want everybody to know what you guys are talking about. Patience is everything.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Tawana. That is very important, and I'm glad that you came on and said that because, for you to actually have that experience, you're witnessing firsthand what it can do when you don't apply patience, especially with something that you created for yourself. It'd be different if that's what you already do. You just would have to take it on the chin.
Yeah, well, I was so excited because I had won my first trade. I'm like, oh, I got this, really. I was, because I was only going to do one trade a day anyway. Right. And they're like, oh, no, I can go ahead. I'm not going to paper trade. I think I got this. And I, got slapped in the face. And I'm like, okay. What did I do wrong? Oh, yeah, I didn't follow what I said I was going to do.
Right.
So, yeah. So thanks for letting me come on.
Oh, yeah. It's my pleasure. Anytime.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
Thank you for that.
That's 15-530. St. Claude calling back. 15-530, Rodney.
Oops.
I think that's Gregory. Gregory, did you want to talk? I don't think he knows that he's unmuted.
Tawana, thank you.
Yes, thank you. Definitely,
Tawana. Thank you.
Let me mute Gregory. I don't think Gregory knows that he's unmuted.
Yeah, that's excellent. You know what's another thing that a lot of times people get thrown off of is that indicative price, the market, the Great British Pound, USD, it doesn't care anything about the time.
Right.
It doesn't care about the expiry, how much time is left, how much time it began with. None of that makes a difference to the market. So it's not going to always synchronize like we want it to. That's where patience is of utmost importance.
Right.
Because it does not care about the expiry. So in the last 4 seconds of a trade, the price could just move out of your range and you could lose the trade and you just have to, suck it up and take it on the chin, like Mark just said, because it happens sometime.
Right.
But before that happens, you should be able to have made about 10 trades before that happens at all, if you're following your parameters that you set forth and you're waiting for them patiently. But you always got to remember, though, that clock that expiry does not care about what the market doesn't care about that. They don't work together at all.
At all. The market doesn't even know anything about Nadex. Like they don't even know that we're in Nadex doing anything and don't care.
Right. They don't care. What we're doing on Nadex does have nothing to do with the actual market, really.
Right. Exactly.
We're just trading on the price.
That's it.
So you got to always remember that. You're trying to get everything to line up for you. So you have to wait for it to line up for you. You can't force it to line up.
Right.
It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it is. Sarah, you have to try different amounts of time until you feel comfortable with the number. We don't necessarily recommend anything. From my personal experience, I would say that you would want to allow yourself no less than, or I should say no more than a minute and 30 seconds left on the binary before entering. So that leaves you with a lot of space to fine tune whatever you're comfortable with. Like for me to say, 45 seconds. I'm not going to say that because I don't trade like that. There are times when I get into a trade, there might be a minute and a half, and there's times I get into a trade, is less than a minute left. It depends on what the market is doing at the time. Because depending on the conditions in the market, you may not even be able to get into a trade with your parameters. And if you're not, you can't force the market, like Enrico said, to do anything that you want it to do. The market is dictating to you all the time what it's doing and whether or not that lines up with what we see as an opportunity to capitalize on the Nadex platform. So I understand that, everyone always tries to curve fit what they are trying to do into what the market is doing, but you can't curve fit around the market. You have to respect the market first. Allow the market to tell you how much time it's giving. There are going to be, moments throughout the day where you only have a minute left or less. Then there might be some times where you're not able to get into the market with that. So you either got to wait until that happens, which means you got to just stay there, relax, and watch the charts until your parameter is met, or try out different numbers and just see what you end up being comfortable with. It's our experience that allows us to just get on a chart and just know what to look for and know if we're going to pull the trigger or not. But that's something that you develop over time. So to try to box it in to a time limit or, a solid number, that's going to help you, but it's also going to require patience on your part. So let's say that you decide on 50 seconds. Let's just say, as an example. That means that you're not going to take the trade if it's more than 50 seconds left on the binary. But you may see an opportunity to get in, and by the time 50 seconds comes, the opportunity is gone. So you miss that trade. What will happen is you're going to see, man, there was 55 seconds, and I could have took it. All right, let me raise it to 55 seconds. And you'll start doing that. You'll start adjusting and changing your numbers. Instead of sticking to whatever number you decide on and allowing the market to give you the trade when it comes, whenever that is. So you have to make a decision as far as what number you're comfortable with, and whatever that number is that you decide on, you do not deviate from it so that you're not changing the parameters that you set. And that way you're not curve fitting, like trying to adjust your numbers based on what you see at the time in the market. So you pick a number. Whatever number that you're comfortable with, whatever that is, that's what you stick with every trade. In other words, every time that you apply the process, stick to the same thing. Do not change it. So if you decide on a minute, always a minute or less. If you decide on 45 seconds, always 45 seconds or less. Do not do anything different. So I hope that that's clear. Okay, very good. And you'll find that it'll become easier to do because you're not going to deviate from whatever you decide on. So whatever it is, don't do anything until you get it. And what'll happen is next thing you know, you got 2 trades that you won and you're done for the day. And you do that every day. Like, realize how powerful that is, that where you can get on the chart, wait for your criteria to be met, stick to it. When it comes, you take it and you're finished trading. That's money in the bank. Just do that. And matter of fact, you know, in the beginning like this, do 1 trade. Just practice applying that 1 time every day. Just wait on the chart until that trade comes. When that trade comes, take it, win it, and stop. And get into the habit of just applying that process 1 time every day. And if you do anything beyond that, then you do it in your journal, your paper trade. But you know, because I know what happens to many of you. What you'll do is you'll paper trade because you're trying to stress test the process that we're using. You know, like you want to see, well, I want to see, you know, what this is going to produce. What you're really doing is you're seeing what the market does. It's not the process. The process is always the same. What's going to determine what happens is always going to be the market. It's never us. The only thing that we're doing is we're going with what the market is showing to us. So the less exposure that you have to the market, the more profitable you'll be. Because you're going to take less trades, and the ones that you do take win. So the market could be, you know, just like how we talk about, you know, oh, today the market was kind of messy, you know, it was kind of volatile, it was erratic today. All of that is okay. Because it can do that all day, but there are going to come moments where you're in traffic. And those moments when you're in traffic, when your parameters are met, you take the trade, you're done, go get something to eat. And that's it. And rinse and repeat. Next day, come do the same thing. You're done, go get a brownie. Go get a cookie or something. And relax. The more screen time that you give this, you're really trying to fine tune your ability to apply the process. It's not about more, you know, as much trying to get on and taking 50 trades and seeing how many of them are going to win. Because you can do that all day, every day. But remember, you only need 1 or 2. So the question really becomes, are you disciplined enough to be patient and just wait for that trade to come based on whatever your parameters are? So my recommendation actually would be to set parameters tight, meaning make it hard to get into a trade. So set your binary at 40 seconds or something like that. Do it at 40 seconds and see how many trades you get into. If you find 1 trade a day with 40 seconds left and all of your other parameters are met, let's say that you want to use 7 micro pips. So 7 micro pips, 40 seconds, go to work. Don't do anything until that happens. And then when that happens, you take the trade. See how often you win that. See how many days consecutively you win that. So when you come and you give your results and you're like 1-0 every day, 1-0, 1-0. That's power. Because a month goes by fast. A month is 20 trading days. Actually, 24 if you include Sunday. So, all right, what time we got? 10, 12? All right, so we're going to, if any of you had any other questions or anything that you wanted to address before we get off, go ahead and shoot it in the chat, or you can come on and just talk.
Well, we thank everybody that came on the call tonight. We appreciate it. Everyone that got on the call and actually spoke, we extra appreciate it because you're the reason why the actual trade room works.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, you're welcome, everybody. Thank y'all. So, yes, sir, I mean that. Whatever you decide on, you stick to that and just practice. Practice with that. All right, beautiful. You are all quite welcome. So, as soon as this is available, I'll put the link in the group. It'll be available immediately after anyway, so I'll post it in the group chat, and you guys can, watch the replay. And I'll also add it to, I have a playlist on YouTube. I take all the trainings and I upload them to YouTube in a playlist. But if you want that, you have to message me directly, and I'll send it to you. But that'll have all of the trainings in it. So over time, that list will increase and just become bigger and bigger as we add the trainings on. All right. So we'll end it there. You guys have a beautiful rest of your evening. Get some rest and practice.
Yes, practice.
Practice, practice, practice. All right, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you.
Have a good night. Thank you. Good night.